Rangers are heading into a decisive moment in their season 1 that could define how this year is remembered by the fans and the club alike. Domestically, it's been a campaign full of frustrations. The performances in the Scottish Premiership haven't lived up to expectations. The title race has all but slipped out of reach, and the gap to Celtic has only widened. But in Europe, hope still flickers. The Light Blues are preparing for a monumental clash against Athletic Club in Bilbao, the second leg of a finely balanced Europa League quarter-final tie. With the first leg ending goalless at Ibrox, everything is on the line in the Basque Country. It's a night that could resurrect the spirit of 2008 when Rangers reached the final of the UEFA Cup under the late Walter Smith. That campaign was legendary, and now 17 years later, Barry Ferguson finds himself in a role he never imagined. Back then, on the touchline leading the same club into another potential European semi-final. Speaking to the press shortly after the squad landed in Spain, Ferguson didn't hide what it meant to him. 6 weeks ago, I wouldn't have imagined being in this position standing here as the manager of Glasgow Rangers, he admitted. It would be right up there with anything I've done in football. But this isn't about me. It's about the players, about showing who they are at the highest level. Ferguson's message to the squad was clear. Embrace the moment, relish the opportunity, and don't let the occasion pass you by. He knows what's required in nights like these. Discipline, unity, and a relentless work ethic. We need to be very workmanlike, he explained. But at the same time, we've got to be good footballers. You don't come to a stadium like this and just survive. You have to play. You have to keep the ball, be smart, and know when to take your chances. The Rangers boss also highlighted the importance of remaining solid defensively, aware that Athletic Club haven't lost at home since the early weeks of the season. They're very attack-minded, he added, but when we win possession, we have to make it count. There's a quiet fire in Ferguson when he speaks about the club. You can tell he's not just managing Rangers, he's living it. I never thought this opportunity would come, but I'm loving every minute, he said. It's different, but it's special. These are the moments you dream about, and I've told the players exactly that. You've got to look forward to these nights, not fear them. But while Europe brings a sense of magic and possibility back home, the mood is far less romantic. The current squad has been heavily criticized throughout the season, and one name in particular has come under the spotlight, Nadim Badrami. Signed last summer for a fee believed to be around £3.4 million, the Albanian midfielder arrived at Ibrox with high expectations. Touted as a creative spark in the middle of the park, he was supposed to help Philippe Clement's side close the gap to their biggest rivals. Instead, he's become a symbol of the club's struggles in the transfer market. Just 8 months on, and Badrami's future is already being questioned. His performances have been inconsistent at best, and he's failed to cement a regular place in the starting 11. Pundits have been ruthless in their assessments, with many questioning how such a significant investment could lead to such minimal return. On social media and in fan forums, the narrative has shifted from patience to frustration and now to outright disbelief. A recent discussion on the Open Goal YouTube channel summed it up perfectly. Former midfielder Cy Ferry didn't pull any punches when he asked, "What about Badrami? He's done, isn't he?" That kind of brutal honesty has become increasingly common when fans and former players talk about the Albanian. Even Ross McCormick, who offered a brief defense by saying Badrami looked slightly more composed in the second half of a recent match against Aberdeen, was quickly interrupted by Paul Slane and Charlie Mulgrew. Their question was direct. Why keep playing him when there are promising young talents sitting on the bench? Slane didn't hold back, saying, "He's playing center mid, and you're telling me Rangers with the pick of the young players in the country don't have anyone better coming through the academy." Mulgrew echoed the sentiment, pointing to 16-year-old Aidan Mallon, who had recently earned a place on the bench. The criticism isn't just about Badrami's performance, it's about the direction of the club, about how resources are being used, and whether there's enough faith in the academy to produce the next generation of stars. This growing dissatisfaction reflects a deeper issue. For years now, Rangers have been caught in a cycle of signing foreign imports with big expectations and seeing them struggle to adapt to the intensity of Scottish football. Supporters are tired of seeing millions spent on players who don't deliver, especially when homegrown talent is waiting in the wings. The midfield is a crucial part of any team, and right now the calls for change are only getting louder as things stand. But Rami's time at Ibrox hangs by a thread. He still has time to turn it around, of course. Football can be unpredictable like that. But the current noise around his name suggests that unless something drastic changes, his stay in Glasgow might end as quickly as it began. It's not personal, it's just the reality of playing for a club where the demands are high and patience is always in short supply. While this off-field drama unfolds, Rangers know they can't afford any distractions in Spain. The focus is fully on tonight's match, and club captain James Tavernier has made it clear they are in the driver's seat. Speaking to the media ahead of the match, he described the San Mames stadium as a beautiful place, adding that he hopes it won't be a one-off visit since the same ground is set to host the final of the Europa League next month. There's a sense of destiny in the air. We're going to leave everything on that pitch, said Tavernier. No regrets. Whether you're starting or coming off the bench, everyone has a role to play. We've got the traveling fans behind us, and the fans back home, we want to give them a night to remember. His words carried weight shaped by the experience of reaching the final in Seville just 3 years ago. That journey under Giovanni van Bronckhorst is still fresh in the memory, and Tavernier believes it could give them the edge tonight. We can only control what we do, he said. And what we do has to be with full commitment, full aggression. We'll suffer together and we'll attack together. It's a unity that has carried them through difficult moments before. The first leg showed they can hold their own against Athletic Club, even when down to 10 or 9 men. Tavernier pointed out how the team has matured, how the players have stepped up and taken responsibility without needing constant instructions. We've stuck together in tough games, he reflected. It was a credit to the boys how they handled it last time, even when things got really tough. That kind of resilience will be needed again tonight. There's no room for error, no margin for mistakes. Rangers must be clinical, disciplined, and brave. It's a huge opportunity, and the squad knows it. For players like Tavernier, who has never rewatched that painful penalty shootout loss in 2022, there's unfinished business in Europe. Maybe I'll watch it when I hang up my boots, he said. But for now, the focus is on this run. It's once in a lifetime stuff, and we've got a real chance with the right mindset, the right intensity, and the belief that carried them through. Previous European battles, Rangers could be just 90 minutes away from another magical chapter in their history. The streets of Bilbao were already buzzing by the time the Rangers team bus pulled up to the stadium. You could feel it in the air. This wasn't just another match. This was one of those nights that could change the trajectory of a season, maybe even define a career. Supporters in blue had traveled in their thousands, scattered across Spain and Europe, singing their hearts out in the build-up some still hoarse from the first leg at Ibrox. And inside the dressing room, Barry Ferguson's message was sharp and simple. Play with heart, play with your head, and above all, play for the badge. It's these moments that separate the good from the great. Rangers might not have the deepest squad in Europe, and they might be trailing in the league back home. But they've always had something money can't buy, character. From the days of John Greig and Ali McCoist to the more recent European nights in Dortmund and Leipzig, this club's history is littered with underdog stories, with players rising above expectations when the pressure was at its highest. And against Athletic Club, they need every ounce of that spirit. The Basque side came out flying, fueled by a raucous home crowd and a side packed with energy and technical ability. For the first 20 minutes, Rangers had to weather a storm, but weather it they did. Jack Butland, as he's done so often this season, stood tall between the sticks, pulling off a massive save early on that kept the score level and settled the nerves. Goldson and Sautar were throwing themselves into challenges, while Tavernier and Ridvan played with an edge as if they had something personal to prove. What stood out most, though, was how calm Rangers looked on the ball. This wasn't a team rattled by the occasion. They passed with purpose, with confidence. Raskin started to find pockets of space. Cantwell was buzzing around like a wasp. And when the ball fell to Sema just before the half-hour mark, you could hear the intake of breath from their away end. He took one touch, shifted it onto his right foot, and let fly, a rocket into the top corner. Silence from the locals, absolute bedlam in the away section. Rangers had landed the first blow, but they knew it wouldn't be enough. Athletic pushed back hard, pinning Rangers deeper and deeper. They hit the post twice and you could feel the momentum shift. But this wasn't a team ready to collapse. Ferguson's side dug in bodies on the line shouts echoing across the pitch. Hold! Shift! Clear! Every tackle was celebrated like a goal, every blocked cross a mini victory. And then against the run of play, the moment that might live forever in Rangers folklore. Late in the second half, Tavernier intercepted a loose pass and drove forward with purpose. He skipped past one then another before sliding a perfectly weighted pass into the path of Cantwell. The midfielder didn't hesitate. He dinked it past the onrushing keeper with all the composure in the world. 2-0, absolute scenes. Ferguson on the touchline, fist clenched, roaring to the heavens. The final whistle brought a roar that could have shaken the Pyrenees. Rangers had done it. Away from home in one of the toughest stadiums in Europe against a side unbeaten at San Mames for months, they'd not just survived, they'd conquered. Players collapsed to the turf, some in exhaustion, some in disbelief. Barry Ferguson embraced each one of them like a proud father. And the fans, they sang long into the Spanish night. Follow, follow, echoing off the walls of the old city. After the match, Ferguson was honest, emotional even. "I'm proud, man," he said, voice cracking just slightly. "No, just because we won, but because of how we did it. That's Rangers. That's what it means to wear this shirt. These boys gave every ounce of themselves tonight." Now the road leads to the semi-final. Another chance to write a chapter few would have dreamed possible at the start of the year. There's talk now, not just of another final, but of redemption for the players who lost in Seville, for the fans who followed them through thick and thin, for the club that has endured setbacks, criticism, and countless questions about identity and ambition. And there's something else, something stirring. This isn't just about a cup run. It's about belief. The kind of belief that turns doubters into diehards. The kind of belief that takes a team struggling domestically and gives them a reason to fight. A cause to rally behind. Europe's been kind to Rangers in recent years, and now they're just 2 games away from another European final. The dream is alive, and in this city that means everything. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Imagine this. A chilly Glasgow evening, the stands of Ibrox buzzing with restless anticipation and whispers turning into roars. Is it true? Could one of the most exciting young wingers in Scandinavia really be on his way to Rangers? The name Topi Keskinen might still sound unfamiliar to some, but to those watching the Scottish Premiership closely, especially north of the Granite City, the 21-year-old Finnish dynamo has already begun to etch his name into the Scottish football landscape. Now, the latest rumor linking him to a move across the country from Aberdeen to the blue side of Glasgow is setting tongues wagging and fans dreaming. Keskinen's rise from the quiet footballing corners of eastern Finland to the fever pitch of Scottish football has been nothing short of cinematic. Born in Espoo, raised in Mikkeli, and sharpened by the humble but determined ethos of Mikkelin Paloilijat, he emerged from Finland's second tier with blistering pace and a magician's touch on the ball. By 2022, he had 10 goals and 6 assists to his name in the Ykkönen, catching the eye of HJK Helsinki, the crown jewel of Finnish football. There, in the blue and white, he announced himself on the continental stage, netting in Europe and earning accolades like Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year from fans. It was only a matter of time before the scouts came calling. Aberdeen wasted no time in August 2024, snapping him up for $1 million, a staggering fee by their standards, second only to their record transfer. It paid off immediately. From a stoppage-time cup winner in his debut to decisive goals in league battles against Dundee and Hearts, Keskinen has been a spark plug in the Dons' attack. Agile, fearless, and unpredictable, his ability to twist defenders inside out and deliver in clutch moments has made him a fan favorite at Pittodrie. But therein lies the twist. His explosive form hasn't just lit up Aberdeen, it's now drawn the gaze of Rangers, who may be preparing to test their league rivals' resolve. For Rangers still seeking that perfect blend of youth, flair, and work ethic to reclaim domestic dominance and make a dent in Europe, Keskinen ticks all the boxes. He's a high-ceiling talent with proven adaptability, already thriving in the Scottish game. The prospect of him feeding the Ibrox front line, darting past defenders in Old Firm derbies and bringing a new dynamic to the wing is more than enough to stir excitement among the Gers faithful. But Aberdeen won't let him go without a fight. With a contract until 2028 and that fiery competitive spirit driving the Don's resurgence, prizing Keskinen away will be a battle in itself, on and off the pitch. As it stands, the rumor is just that, a rumor. But in Scottish football, where rivalries run deeper than rivers and talent never stays hidden for long, whispers often become reality. Topi Keskinen to Rangers, it's not confirmed, but it's certainly not far-fetched. And if the blue half of Glasgow does make their move, one thing's for certain, it could be one of the most electrifying transfer twists of the season. Keep your eyes peeled because this story is only just beginning. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.